everyone.
Welcome
To Anything and Everything, the
Yep.
show where we talk about
anything and everything. Here we are,
wait,
episode
have you realized
4.
4? I think, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you realized you always say it like anything and everything, like the exact same every time? Have you realized that?
I guess I've not realized that.
You say it the exact same every single time.
Well, maybe I just have the exact same kind of excitement about it. Maybe. Well, here we are again, episode 4, anything and everything. We're
We
so glad
have-
to have you with us.
Jerry, our hug mug with us.
Yep. And then my mug is Pro-Life Payments.
I don't know what that is.
Check that out online.
It's something.
Yep. I'm going to drink my water out of that today.
I'm drinking my water out of Jerry.
We've got one heck of a show
I feel
for
like
you today.
Jerry's our mascot.
Jerry the hug mug.
Yeah, Jerry the hug mug. He's our mascot. Like, look at his beautiful
Well, he's here every week,
face.
just like we are.
Look at his beautiful face. And he's going to hug you. Yeah.
Right. All right. Well, we've got a great show planned out for you
Yep.
today. We usually start with commenters, so why don't we go ahead and
Ominous
do that?
cards.
You want to start with commenter today?
Yep. Okay, so this is from my mother.
Yeah, she was watching and decided to put this comment in.
Yep.
I think it's because she knows it's your favorite animal.
Yeah.
So the comment was
Horse.
horses.
Yeah, just horse.
And we were like,
That's it.
in which way do we speak of horses?
So, yeah. So we decided to play a game. And I have these ominous cards here.
Ominous?
Ominous, yeah. They're ominous bright orange.
Okay. Yeah, so we didn't know exactly how to talk about horses, other than Evelyn just loves horses. She rides
have-
horses.
2 of this exact same book.
And she insisted on keeping both of them.
Yes. Because one of them was from, like, my bestest friend in the entire world, and the other one was from my grandpa.
Yeah.
So I needed to keep both of them.
I don't think we're going to make that stand up again.
Yeah, probably not. Why did I pick it up? I don't know.
Who knows?
Who knows?
So tell us how you feel about horses.
I think they're absolutely majestical creatures.
Majestical.
Majestical. Magical and majestic.
I think they are extremely interesting creatures.
Yeah, they're extremely, like, intelligent, too.
Very intelligent,
Very smart.
friendly.
Yeah, they're so nice. Except, so, yesterday at work, Ranger,
Yeah.
so, you know, we were doing the shoeing. Like, there's this
Well, they don't know that.
horseshoe. So, the guy that runs the stables, he has this, like, group of people
That are
learning
learning to do farrier work.
Yeah, like horseshoes and stuff like that. And so the guy, his name is Steve, he brings 2 of his horses over. And Will, one of his horses, was in the stall next to Ranger, one of our horses. And Will would just poke his head over the bars that separated the 2 stalls.
Yeah.
And Ranger was not having
Wait,
it.
did he bite him?
No, Ranger tried to kick him
Ooh.
multiple times.
Did he get him or no?
I know, but he got the bar pretty decent though.
So they're maybe not always super friendly to each other.
No, because it's just new horses. They
But
don't
you know
like
what
each
I've
other.
noticed with you doing the lessons and all the riding is how much the horses really enjoy being with people.
Yeah,
it's like-
they're very like social.
Very social, very
Like,
companion-y
yeah.
with people.
Mhm.
Like
That's how
almost-
horses are.
People think of dogs as like that, but don't really think of horses like that. But horses, I think, are even more so. I think
Yeah, they're so friendly.
maybe horses are smarter than dogs.
They are much
Yeah.
smarter.
I guess it depends what you're trying
Stormy,
to get them to do.
one of the horses, he literally broke out of his stall and started eating the treats. Like, that's how smart a horse can
Yeah,
be.
he ate all the
He broke
treats.
out of the stall
Yeah,
somehow
and made a mess.
ate all the treats.
and made a big mess.
Yeah. Like, horses are genius.
Yeah.
But then again, dogs have learned how to open doors
Uh huh.
and somehow speak English. I don't know if y'all have seen those videos, but they can speak English.
Where they go, I love you,
They're like, I love you! I love you!
Mama. Well, Evelyn spends a lot of time around horses. She has a
do.
riding lesson, which she's pretty advanced now. She has a riding lesson once a week, and then she works at the same barn cleaning up for the horses and feeding them and tacking them and washing them and all the things. And so she's extremely knowledgeable about horses, greater than average knowledge of horses. And so we're going to maybe get a little bit of her knowledge, not quiz necessarily, but just I have some horses here that I wrote down on some Post-its, and we're gonna we're going to select them, and then I'm going to ask her a question about that horse. And if I can't think of a good question, she's just going to tell us an interesting fact.
Yeah.
So our first horse, which I didn't even know this was a horse for a long time, a breed of horse, is a Morgan.
Oh, okay. So Morgans. I
Yeah.
don't know that much about Morgans. It's just another breed.
Yeah.
But Morgans are pretty interesting. They there's a few horses at our barn that are a Morgan. I think Trooper.
Maybe.
Monty
for
is a
sure.
Morgan.
Yeah.
But they're so Morgans. I heard this thing one time, and I did some research on it. And Morgans are actually one of the more friendly horses,
Mhm.
and like so they're extremely friendly, especially toward other horses.
Mhm.
So they're like, it's almost like they have separation anxiety. Like they need to be
Oh.
around other people, horses,
Yeah.
around another life
Yeah.
form.
So they sort of epitomize the idea of a herd animal.
Yes. So I thought that was interesting, and I thought that I should share that because, like, they're just very.
Very nice temperament.
I need you.
Yeah.
That's their.
Yeah.
Like, I need you
so,
here.
So Morgans make for really good
like
pet
pets.
horses. Yeah,
pet horses.
And for kids' horses and things like that.
Yeah, and Monty, he's actually one of the nicer horses there. So.
He's a good boy.
And he looks like Eeyore,
Yeah,
because he has his head
His
like.
head, he's got a low. His head kind of stays low. All right, you
so
want to do the
cute.
next one?
Sure.
I hope it's. All right, let's see. Pinto.
Pinto! Oh, I love pintos. They're so cute. So pintos are a breed of horse and a coloring.
Mm-hmm. Also paint. So Pinto is Spanish for paint.
Yeah. So yeah, they're a breed of horse and a color
A pattern.
pattern.
Yeah.
Yes.
Where do they sort of originate from? I know that they're sort of synonymous with Americana.
I'm not good with origins.
No, you recall? You don't recall. I recall seeing in like westerns, whenever you'd have the Native Americans on horses, it was always paint horses.
yeah.
Do you think they did that because it was like that's where paint horses are from?
They're very like native horses.
Or did they just like the pattern?
It's probably just the pattern
Yeah.
in movies. Like it's probably just interesting patterns call for interesting movies.
Yeah.
So. But they're really pretty.
My dad had a paint horse named Killer.
You told me about that. Yeah.
Real pretty horse. It was a long time ago. All right, next. Falabella.
Falabella.
These are the goofiest looking horses.
So they actually, so babies, some of them can get really fluffy, and they look like little guinea pigs. But they're actually like the most probable pony to get like disabilities and like
Yeah.
things wrong with them.
So tell us
and like
what-
inbred horses.
Yeah. So what are the defining features of Falabella? So because a lot of
they're-
people may not know.
Tiny.
Tiny.
Like I say like. I'm trying to remember
Like
this, but
like large dog-sized horses.
yeah, it's like.
Like they could live in your house.
They're basically house horses.
House horses.
House horses,
Or
yeah.
like pygmy horses. They are
Yeah.
goofiest looking horses. I don't like them. Just because they're so weird.
Yeah, it's actually really sad
Yeah.
because like
they're badly
just
inbred.
very badly inbred, and actually most of them are known for like having like arthritis
Uh-huh.
and like
Yeah.
bow legs,
Which is
and
what
stuff
happens.
like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what kind of insane person decided, let's make this happen? This will be interesting.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
People like them though.
Like they're adorable, yeah, but it's sad too.
Yeah. Adorable but sad.
Yeah.
Kind of unfortunate. All right.
Unfortunate.
I'll save that one for last because that one might be difficult. Or do you want to go for it?
Save it for last.
The last two are heavy horses.
I love heavy horses. I love heavies.
All right.
Do that one.
Shire.
Shire. Oh!
Yeah, we like heavy horses.
Oh, I love heavies.
Which
They're
heavy
so-
horses are the ones you would usually see
Like draft
horses doing
Clydesdales,
pulling carriages or plows or that
Yeah,
kind of stuff.
that
Those are
kind of
heavy
stuff.
horses.
like carriages and stuff like that.
Shires, Clydesdales.
Percherons.
Oh,
Oh my god.
Percheron and Frisians are heavy horses too, right? Or are they kind of in the middle?
They're a heavy horse, yes, but they're more on the smaller side.
Okay.
And they don't have as heavy of a like feathering on their hooves.
So tell us about
stuff.
Shires.
So Shires, they're most of them. I feel like the main ones that I've seen are Palomino and
For coloring.
yeah, coloring. They're mainly Palomino and there's gray.
Bay? No?
No, not really. So like Palomino, gray, and white horses.
Okay.
That's what I've seen.
And I feel like
only.
the Shires are like the thickest of the heavy horses,
Yeah,
or
they're
among the thickest.
really thick. They're known for like not known, but like they're
really
like
muscular.
really muscular. They're huge too.
Yeah.
Like
Kind of intimidating.
yeah, like 20 hands. Something
20
No,
hands?
I'm
Oh
kidding.
my goodness.
I'm exaggerating. Okay. Even Trooper, he's really tall. He's 15 hands.
Yeah. Plus 15 plus, yeah.
Yeah. But like Shires, they're like
Just
17 hands,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
big and thick,
Huge.
beastie, meaty horses.
Thick.
There you go. That's what you need to know about Shires.
Thick.
And Percherons.
Yep.
What about Percherons? What do you
I
prefer
don't-
Percherons, or you just don't know that much about them?
I don't love Percherons.
You don't
They're
love
not-
Percheron?
Well, I mean, I like them, but they're not my favorite of the heavy horses.
Okay.
They're more. So they're a bit thinner
Okay.
for a heavy horse. Not as thin as a Frisian, because Frisians, they're like
Yeah.
not a heavy horse, but they are a heavy horse.
Mm-hmm.
They're big, but more skinny and don't have as much feathers.
Feathers around their hooves, like the
Yeah, it's just like fur, like fluffy
longer
fur.
hair around their hooves. Yeah.
Yeah. But Percherons, they're not like they're thinner and they just kind of have. So their nose kind of looks weird.
Oh
Like
yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
a weird looking nose.
Yeah, I think I know what you mean.
Like
Kind of like an Arabian's got the
Yeah, they've
sharp
got, like,
face,
that-
the pointy face.
an Arabian, their nose goes like this.
Yeah.
Like it just tapers. But then Percherons, theirs gets like a little bit bigger and
Uh-huh.
then it gets a little bit smaller.
Weird.
And it kind of goes down a little bit.
Interesting. Well,
It's
it takes all
weird.
types.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I like Percherons.
Yeah. We like horses of any kind, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if you can ride them.
Yes, I love riding horses, y'all.
Well, that was our conversation on horses for today. And thank you,
Jerry.
Mommy, for the suggestion. We like that one. All right. Next, we have
Ultimate dream
our
vacation.
ultimate dream vacation we're going to talk about.
I don't know where mine would be. I don't really think about going anywhere except for like.
I'm
Yeah,
just
I don't
looking
really
around.
think about going anywhere except for like to
Texas.
Texas. Yeah, that's all I think of. Like Texas.
I always
Texas.
wanted to go
Texas.
for the longest time since I was a teenager, and I never really decided, never really thought, no, never mind. But I always wanted to go to Fiji.
Fiji.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
such a
just-
good water brand.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, no, not because of the water. Well, I guess because of the ocean water. But it's like clear blue water, exotic fish.
I think it'd be cool to go to Jamaica.
Jamaica would be
because
cool.
they have glowing water.
And they have a bobsled team,
They do. Yeah.
or had.
Oh, yeah. But I really think the glowing water is really cool. And then they have there's really cool kinds of snakes in like tropical islands.
Yeah.
Like
Speaking of, this isn't
there's
on our
a place
list.
called Snake Island.
Snake Island.
And there's one of and the most venomous snake there is like gold something viper,
Yeah, golden.
pit viper.
Yeah, golden something pit viper.
Yeah.
So yeah, Snake Island. Yeah, this is
I
what
love
we were
pit
talking about
vipers,
earlier
they're
this
so
week.
cute.
Is this place Snake Island? Which, let's travel there. That's not a dream vacation, is it? Actually, they don't allow people to go there without signing a waiver. Like you got to have special permission to go to Snake Island. And
If you get bitten and have a threatening life experience, it's not our fault.
yeah, not our fault.
It's not our
That's
fault.
on
That's
you,
on
bro.
you. Yeah, that's on you, sweetie. Sweetie, that's on you.
Yeah, but Snake Island is like there's one
Full of
snake,
horses. Oh yeah.
per square meter.
So many snakes. If I went there, I'd be like, I'm in dangerous heaven.
Yeah, so it's one snake per square meter, and it's something like 100 acre or something island. I could be wrong on that. It's a small island. The last people that were there to put a lighthouse to keep boats from going there. That was the last people to live on the island. And then now the people that go there are just like
Visitors.
tourists. Yeah.
Just like,
Yeah.
oh, look. It's
Lots of very
deadly
venomous snakes.
snake.
Yeah, so that's not a dream vacation.
No, I mean, it would be, but I would have to be at least a foot off the ground.
Well, I think you enjoy, you like
I love
reptiles
snakes.
and snakes.
I love snakes.
So
and
if you had,
reptiles
if you
and
had a
amphibians and
guide,
stuff like that.
if you had a guide and, you know, you could
It was
go and
only like
explore
an-
safely and that kind of
yeah.
stuff, that you might enjoy that.
I would. Mom, on the other hand, she'd be
No.
screaming and freaking out the entire time. Actually, no, she wouldn't, because she wouldn't even be there.
She wouldn't be there.
She wouldn't even be there.
She'd pass on that one.
Yeah, she'd just be like, "Okay, have fun, y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Not
go to
here."
the beach. I'm gonna go to the
Yeah.
beach. Y'all can have fun with that.
Yeah,
I wonder if there's water snakes there too.
I think so.
I love water snakes.
They're
like
very
the
venomous
ocean,
too. Yeah,
like the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
ocean snakes. They're so cool.
They're very bad for you.
Yeah, they are. But normal water snakes, like not saltwater, freshwater water snakes, like the red belly, green.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Those are nice. Like they're not venomous at all.
yeah. So we've gotten into a snake conversation. Do you want to talk about snakes?
I do. I
Okay.
really do.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, let's
Who
do
cares
that.
about ultimate dream vacation?
Yeah. Yeah.
Snakes.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool snake. We've caught several snakes over the past. We've named a few of them. We had a black snake, a
so
black
there's
racer.
a black racer.
Yeah.
Northern black racer.
Okay.
Because there's a ton of there's another black racer. It's the northern black racer, and I never got to see it,
Yeah.
but he's seen it a few times.
It startled me a few times in the garden.
Yeah, they get really big. Not as big as like an anaconda. or
And we
something
named
like that,
him Herbert
Herbert
Sherbert.
Sherbert.
And we made a
Oh.
song about Herbert
but
Sherbert.
Herbert Sherbert.
Yeah.
Herbert Sherbert.
Our beloved Herbert Sherbert.
Sitting on a log, Herbert Sherbert.
Yeah.
Herbert Sherbert.
Uh-huh.
Herbert Sherbert.
Yeah.
Running from the dog, Herbert Sherbert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Herbert Sherbert, not fond of the dog.
Not at all.
Herbert Sherbert was peaceful.
Yeah.
And then we would also have red-bellied water
So
snakes.
we found a red belly water snake in our pool.
Yeah, they would go in the pool and it was a saltwater pool, so they would get stuck in there and die. But we did rescue one.
We rescued one, yes. And what did we name him?
And he
what
was a
was it?
baby.
Was
I don't remember.
Andy.
Andy?
That was Andy.
Okay.
I think. Yeah, so that was Andy. And then we also found a brown garden snake.
Mm-hmm.
He was so little and tiny.
Yeah, a little bitty.
I named him what?
Herbert Sherbert's the only one I remember.
Wait, no. So the red belly water snake, that wasn't not Andy.
Okay.
The brown garden snake, his name was Andy Foxtrot. I named
Okay.
him Andy Foxtrot.
Yeah. I remember that.
And the red belly, I think I named him what? Can't remember his name. Michael.
Red.
Michael.
Was he named after Michael Jordan?
No, on account that he could jump so high. He can't jump. So what did they do? Just call him Snake?
Yeah, we named him Snake after we realized he couldn't jump.
Yeah, his name was Michael.
Well, that was an interesting snake conversation. Now you know our history with snakes.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Let's skip these.
Oh wait, I just remembered. One time,
Yes. Tell me more.
not one time. So when I went to Parker's birthday,
Okay.
we found a snake and I caught it.
Did you?
Yeah, we
What-
found a snake.
It was a good kind?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
Did
Something.
you didn't identify it?
I did,
Oh.
but I can't remember.
Okay.
It was something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, not to belabor the point on reptiles.
Yeah, I was showing all the girls, and they were like,
Ew.
and I was like, it's just a snake, and they're like, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I think you're kind of unique in your enjoyment of snakes. Not a lot of people do.
There was a lady afraid of a squirrel on AFV.
Okay.
She was afraid of a squirrel.
Well, squirrels can bite you.
Yeah. Do they have rabies?
I'm not sure. I imagine they could.
Probably.
Yeah. Evelyn has just finished reading book 10 of a series that she's really enjoyed, Wings of Fire. And I wanted to get her to share her kind of book review, share her take on Wings of
Experience?
Fire.
Yep.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Just what did you so book 10 kind of wraps up
Yeah,
the
it kind of
main
finishes
story.
everything. I'm not going to tell you what happens to the Darkstalker, because that I was so surprised by that.
Yeah.
But way to go, Kinkajou.
So what did you think about the series overall?
I thought it was amazing, and I'm so excited to read the second part from the Lost Continent. Because I think silk wings are absolutely beautiful. Leaf wings have an interesting story, and they're pretty too. And hive wings, they're dangerous. So I think it's kind of weird that I'm excited for a dangerous dragon. But when there's dangerous dragons, there's deaths. And deaths make it more interesting, because then there's revenge.
I guess that does make for a compelling story, doesn't it? Everyone likes a good revenge narrative. So were there a lot of revenge narratives in the series so far?
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of, yeah.
Who's your favorite dragon from the book series?
Kibble.
Kibble.
I don't even have to think about that. It's just Kibble immediately. Just Kibble.
And who's your least favorite dragon?
Scarlet.
Scarlet, yeah. Scarlet's the bad. She's the antagonist.
Or Vulture. He sucks too. That's Kibble's grandfather. Or Arctic.
Okay, so there's a lot of antagonists.
Yeah, there is. Or
Well, it's 10 books, so there would have to be a lot of
Burn. Or Blister.
back and forth drama.
Blaze isn't really an antagonist. She's just there, in a way. She's not bad. She's just extremely stupid.
So there's 5 types of dragons or 6 types of dragons? Rainwing,
Rainwings.
Nightwing,
Nightwings.
Skywing,
Skywings.
Sandwing,
Sandwings.
Seawing,
Seawings.
Mudwing.
Mudwings.
6. Are we leaving any out?
Icewings.
Icewing?
Did we say sandwings?
Yes. So that's 7.
Oh yeah, there is 7. Yep.
So which type of those did you prefer the most?
I really like Rainwings because of
Rainwings?
Kinkajou.
Uh-huh.
But gotta say my favorite would be Mudwings.
Mudwings.
I love Mudwings. Queen Moorhen is the best queen in the entire series. Well, there is Ruby. She's pretty good too.
Uh-huh.
And Thorn. Oh, I love Thorn. Never mind. I love Thorn.
What is Thorn?
She's a Sandwing queen.
Oh.
I love Thorn.
Yeah. So would you recommend this series to...
Everybody.
Would you
Not
say
younger
it's-
audiences.
I was going to ask that. Would you say it's
It's
like youth fiction or young adult fiction or just kind of fantasy fiction? I mean, it's about dragons.
So I'd say for like people that are like don't like people dying and like nope, if something's dying, I'm out. Nope. And if they like queasy, don't like blood, it'd be kind of an
Yeah.
interesting story to someone like that.
Yeah.
And then like really young people, like graphic novels with like like a younger
Yeah.
kid, feel like that'd be very like visual, kind of nightmare fuel.
So
that kind of
how
stuff.
you started reading these books 2 years ago?
3,
A year ago?
maybe.
3 years ago?
I think so. Yeah.
So you would have been 8 when you started reading them.
Yeah. The first time that a dragon died, that would have been what? So the first dragon that
It
died
would have been in book 1.
visually. Yeah. So in book 1, it's very like with the words. They're very like paint a picture with their words.
Yeah.
That's exactly what Tui does. So when I read about what was his name,
I know who you're talking
an
about.
Icewing, when this Icewing died because of Glory's venom, in the very first book.
Yeah.
It's very like visual with
Uh-huh.
like her words. So I was kind of freaked out by that for a bit.
It
but
weighed on you a little bit?
yeah, I was just like, oh, okay, okay, that's cool.
But after 10 books, you're just like, this is what happens.
Yeah, this is what happens.
Live with dragons, die with dragons.
I think it's kind of cool how the Dragoneth of Destiny lived the entire time, and Clay had like 5 near-death experiences.
Yeah, well, they are the dragons of destiny.
The Dragonets are coming.
Yeah.
They're
There's
coming
a whole
to
song.
save the day. They're coming to fight for they know.
So you
what's
so you
right.
would recommend
The
this book for
Dragonets are
for
coming.
readers?
Yes.
Yeah. And they actually are kind of interesting. I think it's interesting that they have graphic novel to go with each book.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So you can read it. Evelyn actually does them. She reads both. She reads the book and then the graphic novel. Does that enhance it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool. And that's our book review for Wings of Fire. Check it out.
I dare you.
I dare you.
Yep, you better.
I saw a story this week that I thought was kind of silly. So it was. I'm
Do you
sure
think
you've
it's real?
Huh?
Do you think it's real?
Well, I'll say. So it's this scientist. So here's the headline: it's scientists have brought back the dire wolf from extinction after 12,000 years. Right.
It's kind of given Jurassic Park or
You
Jurassic
know
World
what?
and
Like
stuff
that's
like
so
that.
many comments are like Jurassic Park. Anyone? Like, what are we bringing back next? Like, what's maybe this isn't such a great idea.
Yeah, like as soon as you said that a while ago, I was like, Is this gonna be the new Jurassic Park?
Yeah. Are we all
Like-
gonna die?
Yeah, is everybody gonna go dead?
So I looked into it. I dug in a little deeper, as I am prone to do. So actually, what they did was they took gray wolves, just plain gray wolves,
Okay.
and before they were born, they edited some of their genes. So they went into the embryos and they messed around with their genetics so that they had characteristics of what they think the dire wolf would have had.
That's weird.
That may be worse.
Yeah. Do we know what like that turned out as? Like
Yeah, they
What did that-
Well, they're born. Like that's what they have now. Like these embryos are now born. They're
wanna
real.
see.
They're real
they're, like,
wolves.
I want to see a picture.
We'd have to find that. I'll put a picture up on the video whenever it plays.
Okay.
But yeah, they're puppies now, so you don't even really puppies. They're baby wolves. Are baby wolves pups?
Yeah, puppies.
Okay.
Puppies.
Yeah. So I feel like there's some issues there of.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of genetic manipulation.
Yeah.
I feel
it's
like this
kinda
is a
weird.
dangerous place to be in.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for science and exploring, but I
Because
feel like
this
there's
could
some
go
lines.
like extremely wrong, and like the dire wolves decide like nope, like this could go extremely wrong.
Yeah.
and they could like something could happen and everybody dies.
And I don't know if gray wolves are particularly aggressive or not. Do you know?
So I would know. Yes.
They are aggressive. So
Wait,
if you,
no, I'm thinking.
Oh.
I said I would know. Yes, I would know is what I meant.
Well,
But
okay,
like,
go ahead.
so gray wolf. So they're not extremely aggressive, but they will be quite aggressive if like they're more dangerous if you rile them up.
Okay. So I was
So they
thinking.
have more ability to
I was
hurt
thinking if
you.
this was a particularly aggressive wolf, and we just made it bigger and stronger, that's probably a problem.
And worse, yeah. Yeah, that's probably a problem. Well, like if you get a gray wolf mad, they have the ability to seriously hurt you.
Well, yeah, any wolf, I'm
Like,
sure.
no, but like they more so. I think. I think polar or snow wolves. I think they're the most friendly.
Is there anything?
Friendly.
Is there anything? Not the dire wolf, but like, is there anything that an animal that's extinct that you'd be like, yeah, let's bring that animal back?
The huge turtles.
Okay, there's huge turtles,
Yeah, there was like huge turtles.
like sea turtles or like tortoises.
sea turtles.
Huge sea turtles,
They were so cute.
and we should bring them back.
Yes. What could they do? They're big turtles. Everyone needs a big turtle.
I feel like turtles are the most passive creatures.
They really are. They're so friendly. They're nice. But they do have a big, strong beak.
Beak.
Beak. Yes.
For like chomping through shells and
They
things.
eat coral.
Coral.
Actually, they eat coral. Yeah. And coral's like rock hard.
Yeah,
So we're at 30 minutes.
we are.
Yep.
Well, I hope you'd enjoyed today's conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And we're so glad that you joined us here on Anything and Everything.
Yes.
Don't
Thank
forget
you
to
for our
like and
fourth
subscribe.
episode. Yep. And make sure you
Leave a
comment.
comment. Yep.
Yes. Tell us what we should talk about because sometimes we don't get comments. Actually, we never get comments.
We've started getting comments.
So we have to come up with our ideas on our own. And I feel like someday when we're popular, maybe we won't even
Popular.
we won't even have to make our own decisions. We can just find a ton and be like, yeah, this, and this. We're good for our next episode.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, so leave
if
us a
we got like
comment
that
if there's
eventually.
something you want us to talk about.
Yes,
And
please.
we
We're begging
will.
you.
We're begging you.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time here on Anything and Everything.
Bye!
Adios.
Our thing. This is our... And Jerry says bye-bye.
Adios.